A strong lawmaker, however, depends on a trained, informed, and organized office staff.
He's a Democrat, he's Republican, there's a fight in the race.
The Advanced Media Consultancy announces a 3-day-long legislative staff training for incoming legislative staff members. The training covers basic legislative office management, research, record-taking, website administration, draft communication, and consultancy visit planning. Dear lawmakers, send your incoming staffers for the 3-day-long training that will eventually make representation easier with effective office. Try us today and let your constituents tell you thank you later.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country, your country, your country.
It's a 3-day legislative staff training workshop under the auspices of the Advanced Media Consultancy. Congratulations to all 15 senators and 73 representatives elect. Go and serve with pride, dignity, and integrity. The re-election in 2029 begins right now. Take advantage. For more information, call 0775 144 278 or 0777 2553 819. President Tubman once said, live with people as if tomorrow were elections. Don't miss this opportunity.
All we say is be true to what you said on paper.
Your boy, his name is not a toy. Hello, this is your president-elect Jose Mabuaka. So to every partisan, well, we shall sympathizers of the Unity Party, and to every Nigerian out there, it is because of your perseverance, commitment, loyalty, and determination that got us to where we are today. And so we've come to say, thank you, my people. Thank you. Thank you, my people. Thank you. Thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. We really want to thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. Thank you.
I want to say thank you, Mr. President. Your comment is truly heaven sent. The whole country just want to hug you and bless you. And just be smelling with your color scent. It's a brand new day. And thank love and Bill Liberia is the mandate of the day. Thank all of us for choosing Liberia. From the city straight down to the interior. I just want to say thank you, God, for being faithful. Thank you. Reconcile us as a people. We pray rich and poor. I treat it equal and give Joe and Jerry wisdom to lead the people. Once you grant all the above, like we will rise again because of love. You know it's time, dear boy. Thank you for all of us.
Thank you, my people. Thank you. Thank you, my people. Thank you. Thank you, my people.
This station rules the
Thank you, my
nation.
people. Thank you, my people. We really want to thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. Thank you.
My fellow Liberians, let me take this time to thank you so much with all my heart for giving me this wonderful opportunity to serve you as president. Please know that our country will rise again when we work hard together. So I'm asking you to join me on the journey to rebuild and reconcile our country for the common good. Thank you again. As we think Liberia, love Liberia, and together build Liberia.
When I look at everybody, I don't see green Liberian, blue Liberian, but one Liberia. From the north, the south, the east, and west, everybody is one. Reconcile our differences, come together and build this land. Oh, think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. Thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. Thank you. You know, it is done by Soniga Diabo and Tatan Tambabakai is an appreciation song from President-elect Joseph Yuman Boakai to the Liberian people, deactivating all those campaign activities, moods, or songs. Now there's no Southeastern Liberia, no Central Western Alliance, but one Liberia. No blue Liberian, no green Liberian. Okay, this is State of the Nation. It's part of our reconciliatory outreach. And I am glad to be here. It's 3 minutes after 3 o'clock. So we'll come to tell you some of the things that are unfolding, right? But I can't hold these professionals hostage. We'll tell you that those of you who thought that it was a motor accident on the 20th of November when the winning people were celebrating their victory, that we got something different opposite to what you believed then. We got something different. The Liberian National Police has charged this young man with murder. And the police said it has all pieces of evidence to be convinced that this man planned and acted and executed it and might have been acting on somebody's instruction. But what the police said, though they don't have evidence who sent him, but they have evidence that he did it for money. May the souls of the 3 rest in peace, and those injured, 17 others, live to see the new Liberia that all of us yearn for, that Boakai, Joseph Yuman Boakai yearns for. You yearn for, I yearn for, these professionals in studio yearn for. I don't think those people need a space in our Liberian democracy, especially if you plan, you execute excellently. Let me put it in quotation, at the detriment of your fellow compatriots. How do you do tests? How do you do an experiment with death as if the person is going to come back very soon? So before I take the folks, last evening I had a wonderful time again at Cinco Palace. I have one room exclusively there for me if I want to rest. And that is the center of hospitality. Man, it is 100% Liberian owned.
Hey Dennis, how are you and the family?
Not too okay, man.
What's wrong, bro?
Since my lady and I go back home, we have been sick and tired of just being home all day, seeing the same people and having the same conversation over and over.
Oh, I am so sorry to hear that, bro. But haven't you heard about Cinco Palace weekend getaway for 2 for just $300 United States dollars?
No, what is it? Tell me more.
Okay, so Cinco Palace says you and that special person can check in on Friday evening and have dinner, and then on Saturday you are open to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and also on Sundays you can have breakfast and lunch before you check out, all in that same amount.
That's the therapy I need right now. Give me the location quick.
Cinco Palace is located right on the Tubman Boulevard, Congo Town. For more info, you can contact Cinco Palace on their social media pages, on Facebook at Cinco Palace and on Instagram at Cinco Palace. Better still, you can call the following numbers: 0777-300085 or 0555-750085.
Sweetheart, stop packing our overnight bag right now. Cinco Palace, here we come.
Welcome to the true meaning of hospitality.
Okay, so welcome back to this presentation after our commercial break. Now let's go to Studio 2 to talk to George and Saya. Of course, they're from the media background, and Josh and the two of them will tell us what's the latest about the Joe Mulbar Center for Media Studies and Public Relations. What's new? Gentlemen, good afternoon to you. Let me put you on the screen so that we can have a civil conversation. Okay, now
There you go. Beautiful moderator background. I can see George. I see Sarah as well. Gentlemen, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Chris. It's a pleasure to be here.
Good afternoon.
Yes, familiar faces. Sarah for a long time, Chief.
Yeah, I'm here.
As a department.
Oh, it's okay. Things are all right there.
George, we've been together since this morning, and George, to be frank, man, we did some things together before in the media.
Yeah.
In the media, we were competing, DC, the Truth FM, but George and I have become professional friends. Today, we're putting together some professional paper. We'll talk about that later. But George is here as a consultant to the Joe Malba Center at the University of Liberia. But first, Mr. Kia, good afternoon to you. So what's the latest? The last time you were here, a year and a half ago to launch the center, to announce its launch. Where are we?
Well, frankly, it actually took some time to get to this level. Where we are now, we are talking about the Joe Malba Center for Journalism and Public Relations, which is an offspring of, in other words, an aspect of the Department of Communication and Media Studies at the University of Liberia. The Joe Malba Center for Journalism and Public Relations has come to do a piece of job. And the job it has to do is in three categories. One is to offer a certificate in journalism. The second is to offer a diploma in journalism. And the third is to offer a diploma in public relations. For the three programs, certificate in journalism is for people who want to make an entry into the journalism profession, that is, people who haven't practiced or people who have just started practicing. Then we have the diploma program for people who have practiced for long, at least 5 years, and want to build their skills. For the PR aspect is a different area. It's for people who have graduated from the university, either graduated from any university for that matter, either practicing PR or want to practice PR. We've done everything that we could do to get a program started. As of January early next year, we'll be in full blast. We'll be operational.
Okay, thank you for the introductory comments. George, this is like, for me, is like coming home. Is an alma mater scenario for me right now. Let me extend my thanks and appreciation to you for your professional manner you conducted yourself in having this center named in honor of my former professor, my late professor, Joe Malba. Tell me how has it been taking things with you in pushing where we are today?
Thanks, Chris. It's a pleasure to be associated with the Joe Malba Center for Journalism and Public Relations, out on the Department of Communication and Media Studies at the University of Liberia. You and I know when it comes to molding the minds of people, I'm probably associated with such an endeavor. So, under the leadership of Mr. Seyon Kier, the center has been making some strides. And most importantly, the center is about to embark on a quality training initiative that is focused on three areas, just as Mr. Kier said. You know, we cannot ignore the essence or the importance of the fundamentals of journalism, especially when it's in the context of multimedia, new media, artificial intelligence, which are the layers and a segment about journalism nowadays. So the center is embarking on those three training areas: basic journalism that will be interspiced with technology and public relations. As a discipline, it's not common in our society, even though we know that it has been a part of journalistic training with emphasis and credentials offered in there. I think it's a complete new innovation by the University of Liberia. And then advanced program in journalism, which is diploma in journalism. And these areas have got specific requirements intended for a target group of people. But the point I want to make most is the center intends to offer journalism at that level of the state-run university in a more advanced way, especially with technology niche. You know, what is journalism right now if you are not technology sensitive, if you are not technology friendly? What is journalism now if you're not able to block, if you're not able to do as you are doing right now? The media has gone far advanced. Radio used to be radio, but now as we speak, radio is television, radio is pictures, and leave the rest of it. So that context of training media workers nowadays would be the one of the point of emphasis at the center.
Okay, but how? Let's measure our performance since it was launched. What is the number of students that are coming towards that have interest in this fast track diploma situation? I mean, not situation, but the need to get journalism training as quickly as possible, other than going for the 4-year at the University of Liberia. Are students responding to the dream and vision, Mr. Kier?
Yes. Actually, students are responding, but the burden has been on us to lay a solid foundation, so that journalism isn't just taught in this context, just basically in a classroom or just being so philosophical. So in such a way that we needed to put in infrastructure into place, which is also still ongoing, but as we are, is comfortable enough to say students can come forth. Like those of them who have the interest in journalism and thinking that journalism is probably not a well paid off. I don't come from that background, because I feel when you have the capacity, I'm a journalist myself. There are a couple of things I do beyond even just radio, right? Beyond newspaper. So that is the kind of thing that the center has been doing to do the preparatory work in order to launch on a solid ground. And so there's been some delay from the time of launch or the time of public recognition to now, but the stage is set for students to now begin coming, because training starts as of January next year. So that's one of the New Year packages.
That's the advanced diploma, right?
The advanced diploma works also basic journalism and the public relations program.
Okay, so Mr. Kia, you're there in the Department of Media Studies, and let's dichotomize between the two sides: the students doing diploma and the ones going for a full-fledged degree. You see, and then which one do you think we have to put more emphasis on in terms of being disciplined, in terms of sticking to classroom lecture, research, methodology, and stuff like that?
Well, what we are trying to do at the diploma level, as George is saying, is to make it more practical. In other words, you're going to have 60% practical and 40% theory, which is unlike the degree program. The degree program, yes, there's practical, being emphasized, but it's not to the level at which we're going to operate the diploma program. That's the big difference.
Okay, so internship. I know you're under pressure because there are several media training institutions now. I run one, and it's like, yes, I run one. I've had my first graduation. Another one is coming out in February. There's Peter Kwekwe, named in honor of Peter Kwekwe. Another one named in honor of veteran BBC reporter Jonathan Pelele. Do these institutions put pressure on you, taking your students away? I don't know how you look at it. The last time Prof. Richmond Anderson was here, he said, look, gentlemen, you can't be in competition with your big brother, your mother, your alma mater.
Well, I don't see it that way because, firstly, I mean, let me just remind us about what late Sawyer used to say. He said, look, open the roads. You know, he used to
show the light.
to Taylor. Open the road.
Yeah, show the light and people
go.
will follow.
So
Yes.
in our case, we can't be bothered by
That's the role you play.
We
You show the
can't be
light.
bothered by what you have here, what other people have.
Yes.
In Liberia, people know when we speak the University of Liberia.
Okay. Yeah, George, you want to add up?
It's a question of choice and people going for quality. If we think about quality, we're not condemning, but we are saying we're going to provide the best of quality. So we get a
quality argument.
Well, I like to say
that
this.
Quality, George, please wait, hold on. That quality argument you want, Bria, you know, I'll have to create that checkpoint for you. Everything about us two is based on quality. Yeah, George, let's hear you.
But here we are, right?
Yes.
Tell me one media school offering journalism, whether even degree program at the private universities around here, that is not experiencing the impact of the University of Liberia Media Studies program.
No.
Not one. So the mother is always the mother.
Yes.
The University of Liberia is the mother. You know.
That's why in Latin is referred to alma mater, your foster mother.
Exactly. So whether you're offering journalism at AMEU, you know, it's nearly impossible or practically impossible to not be able to reference the University of Liberia. So it is with Musa Ability School of Journalism, Peter Kwekwe School of Journalism. As a matter of fact, if you don't take care, some of Joe Moba's maybe funny.
Josh, I knew you were coming here.
Somebody spoke about they got a school at
yes.
So I told the guy, I said, look, they will do their best because some of our products.
Yes, indeed. We are proud products.
If we didn't treat you, you wouldn't be here to do what we.
Josh is pulling our leg. That even if you look carefully, you will see some Joe Mobile notes.
But the fact is,
please.
We can only complement each other, you know, especially, you know, we want to look up to a point where the center is even going to bring all these media trainers together to see how do we form synergy to enhance, you know, to take this, to take journalism to a quite more higher level. Can you imagine, in order to see honor the vehicle, the honor carrier, right? You got to jack it up. That is what we're supposed to be doing for journalism right now. And that will require all stakeholders hands on deck, right? So take, for instance, if we were to be talking about curriculum synergy, you know, and that means we're going to be bringing all of these training
offers to come on the table, and let's dichotomize what is it, and let's try to elevate what contemporary journalism is. So at all Peter Kwekwe, Musa Ability School of Journalism.
How do you call him?
Jonathan
Pelele School of Journalism. All of those are not competitors, by the way. As a matter of fact, we used to attend one journalism. We attended one journalism school, International School of Journalism, right?
Yeah.
Good. It made some impact in us. It may not be functional right now. I mean, no disrespect to Moses Dover and the rest of the founders, but that institution made some significant impact in our lives, and we still live with that, right? We only could build on that. So it is with the other schools, you know, that we're referencing. So by the way, it's not a condemnation, but you know very well that if we should turn the coin and shift around, right? The University of Liberia School of Communication is still going to be on top because the very credentials that journalism comes from the state run.
Yeah.
So I mean, on a serious note, it's important for students, especially high school graduates, who may be idle right now, or probably have a passion in such act like journalism, communication. I would really encourage you to move over to the Capitol Building office of the center, so that you can begin, you know,
you mean Capitol Hill?
Capitol Hill. Yeah. Sorry, Capitol Hill. University of Liberia campus. where Joe Mobile Center of Journalism and Public Relations is based. And it's important to know that any of the entrances, you just need to look around. There is a sizable signboard, that directs you where the center specifically is. I know Mr. Kier is going to make some emphasis on particularly why it is. But I like to say this much when it comes to what comes out of this training. Now, come to think about it. I keep on saying technology sensitivity, new media sensitivity is a core value of this training. In other words, you come from this training for many of our 9-month or 12-month cycle, you are able to practically do what the profession requires today. We're not talking about journalism training of yesteryears. We're talking about what unfolds now in the real reality of the world. So if we should be very practical about this, our anticipation is when you attend the center's certificate program, say the 9-month certificate program, and you are not able to say work at 2FM or any of the media entities right now, are you able to do journalism considering the new media, blocking, and even subscribing to other sites you can do, because the center intends to put you at the disposal of the world. You're supposed to be a world-class journalism with certified
from the University of Liberia. What are you waiting for right now? You really need to take this as an advantage. And what it is, like we said, it's not intended to beat any school, but rather we are going to be complementing each other and see how quality journalism, steps up.
This is State of the Nation. Is 25 minutes after 3 o'clock, and you tune Simon Kier and George Stewart are both here from the Joe Morba Media Center for Journalism and Public Relations. They've come to announce the inclusion of additional area of studies. And Mr. Kier, you didn't respond to my satisfaction. What's the influx of students there?
Influx of students?
Yes, are they coming to?
Frankly, I won't be definitive about it because we have not started admitting students, but the calls, the text messages, the visitations can all tell us that more and more people are interested.
Okay, that's good. So we will open the lines briefly, that is, and then when we hear from at least 5 to 6 callers, Mr. Kier will take a leave of us. He can remain in the studio. That is, having addressed the callers' concern. Then George and I will take on the forthcoming legislative office. Those of you who tuned in yesterday, George is in studio today. He's in person today. He was on the line. He's the lead facilitator. Of course, he's under the auspices of the Advanced Media Consultancy. So 077514427. Those who are tuning in, unfortunately, Magdalene cannot be here. She's sent on an errand by my office, and I opted to sit in for her on this edition. Tomorrow is Totman's birthday. When the folks shall have left, we'll talk a little bit about William V.S. Totman, and then the transitional arrangement and some of those national issues that we have to talk about. It is imperative that we talk about. 077-5144-278. This is State of the Nation. My name is Koliba. Please call and ask the folks some of those points that they touch on. That is, if you have any interest. While we wait the call, George, can the JMC transform the media landscape for the better? Man, you don't have to agree with me, but I noticed there are so many quacks now in the profession, and it is very shameful. Let me just take that as a note. Let me take this caller.
Please,
yes. Hello. Hello. Yes, sir. Yeah, let's hear you. What are you doing? We're talking about media business. He's talking about speed. As a matter of fact, Musa Beda will be breaking silence today at 5 o'clock. I just need to announce that. So let's hear you. What part do you have to play on this one?
We as a consensus, these people as a million, people are also preaching the level of peace, and we are working in line with that and fire show. So far, I really appreciate you and Mother on that show. Always being proud to the show. Also, we that spy the show. We also, if you have maybe some problem, something embarrassing you, you find the show so that you see the release. So I just want to make my contribution to your people. Thank you for the level effort. We are going to wait to listen to the incoming speaker of the Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That is coming out 5 o'clock. It's going to be relayed when he breaks silence on the speakers since his election. Next caller. Hello.
Uncle Chris, good afternoon.
I'm good. What's your name?
I joined a conversation from District 4, Uncle Chris. And as usual, this is the voice of Akwe Senior. And let me say a pleasant good afternoon.
Mama, your cousin George Boy say you're not senior. How you became senior?
Uncle Chris, that man, he's telling lies. He knows exactly that I'm a senior. But Uncle Chris, I must say a very big thank you for your guest in the studio. I think they spoke legibly and they spoke well. But I have this concern, if I don't understand it, Uncle Chris, I think journalism exposes people to the aspect of writing and speaking. So I came to ask them as to whether it is necessary that this particular field of study becomes a compulsory field of study in our high schools across the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. They're taking notes and they will address the concern. Thank you so much. 077-5144-278. George and Senior in studio. We're discussing the Joe Mulba Center for Journalism and Public Relations. George, do you sometimes see his children around when you are launching? Did the family come to see the launch of something in honor of the media article?
Well, Mr. Kia could speak to that.
Mr. Kia, did the family come to attend the launch then?
Well, we didn't officially launch as anybody would expect.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, I see. So, George, I was asking.
Right. The question of the center's concern of the challenges affecting journalism, especially after the elections, correct. The center has been considering some of these challenges and plans, are on the way to see how we can cultivate intervention. Like particularly, if we should be able to make intervention in quality journalism, we cannot ignore training infrastructure. We cannot ignore training framework. So the center is going to be having some think tank. So beyond just training, we want to begin probing, making research on some of the media-related, situations relative to democracy, electing elections, the performance of journalists in elections, and all of that. The university, by the extension, like Chairman Toga was just sharing with me the other time, that they've been probing, they're trying to research and find answers to some of the roles or the roles of the media in the last election, in the October and November election, October 10 and November 14 elections. So the center, being the think tank, will always want to study and then bring to public disclosure some of the challenges confronting journalism. Beyond that, we are thinking on offering short-term courses. Some of those will even just be seminar. Like one of which is on our decks is how do we bring media managers together to sort of not just discuss, but find innovative means of stepping up media revenue. Because, one of the real distracting challenges always communicated is the low wages, of journalists. Folks say it's a distraction to upholding ethical practice. We cannot rule that out because it's economical. So as it is, as entity, media entity, like take for instance, how can we get to them thinking on its strength, surrounding strength, and capitalizing on that for revenue. What new can Truth FM do to impact its fundraising capacity? So it pays its staff. I mean, just using
no, go on. You go on, Sif. Yeah, go on.
It caters to its staff, so well, so much so that if the journalist or the reporter, the media worker is dismissed from True FM, he knows that he's missed a lucrative job. This is something important. If somebody is penalized at a well-paid job, what is in the NGO sector or the bank or whatever, in touch with the institution as it should be journalism, then you get to know that the person regrets that. Because one, the economic benefit gone, the tax rate is at stake. How can we expose or leverage journalism to that level? And this is the kind of conversation that the think tank at GMC will be going. Should we expect so much so soon from GMC? No, GMC is still at its formidable stage, we must admit. As a matter of fact, the model department is stronger, far stronger than GMC. GMC is building up capacity of the staff, to ensure that it itself will be in a position to maintain and sustain staff for such a quality intervention in our media landscape. We may have all the donor support here and there, my brother. It is us into the profession, carrying the profession into our hearts. We're supposed to ensure that the profession is lifted up at the area of integrity, winning public and sustaining public confidence. You and I were just discussing what is journalism with public confidence. What is journalism with a public confidence? You will be talking about different professions, but not journalism once you've lost the public.
So I'm going to put it to you. I will use myself as an example. I had an opportunity to serve in the last administration, and when the appointment came, some of my colleagues called me and said, "Well, you've lost your independence." I'm asking this question because when things go wrong, they reference the Department of Mass, especially in the media area. They reference the University of Liberia Department of Communication. If anything goes wrong in the health sector, they reference the dog loyalty, meaning the University of Liberia is actually seen as the big brother of the reference point to some of these areas of discipline. So a friend called me and said, "I've lost my independence. Why did I accept presidential appointment as an independent media personnel?" And I told him, I said, the opportunity had come and I will live up to that expectation. And I don't think that has taken the independence away from me. Later on, I got to know that I've lost the independence that morning when I announced to Mamadi Diakite, so rest in peace, I couldn't do the TBS with him anymore because I wouldn't say anything negative to the presidency, the appointing power. So I recused myself. Fast forward, we saw some of our colleagues here in party paraphernalia, T-shirts, berets, and stuff like that. What comes to us? What George, as a professional president and a trainer, tell me, when should we accept public assignment? When should we accept public assignment, and what should we do? Some of those intricacies, especially if you find yourself within between a pair of Caesar.
Okay, Chris. Mr. K can go on that.
Well, to start with, we have to understand a simple term: mainstream.
Yeah,
you are a journalist.
Yeah,
you were trained. You take a job at the NPA, for instance. NPA, National Port Authority.
That's what.
Corporate communicator,
public relations officer.
I thought you coming.
No, I'm coming.
I'm coming. Managing director. I say I claim it.
The point I'm making, there's a noise around about losing independence.
No, but those are that public communication. It's not presidential appointment, right?
Actually, where it's going.
Okay,
let
me listen.
Yes. So you have become public relations manager, say at the NPA. At that level, you are now in mainstream journalism. In other words, you're not in with radio station. NPA.
How do you refer to me as independent?
Yes.
Or you could say you are not journalist by practice at the time.
At the time.
Okay. But you are a communicator. That's why we have mass communication.
And journalism.
It gives you different layers of job opportunities for your skill.
That is exactly the point. You went to the executive mansion, you were no longer in mainstream journalism. The point I'm making,
did I lose my independence?
Okay, here it is.
Yeah, yeah, George, let me hear you.
Yeah. No, I haven't ended.
Yeah, please.
There's a new paradigm. Before, I'm sure you were told that journalists are supposed to be neutral.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's a different ball game now. There's a different ball game now. If you are working for LBS,
neutral.
yeah,
go ahead.
Journalists are voters. But what I disagree with for someone in mainstream journalism to wear party t-shirts, to write on party card, that's a different ball game. You are wrong. You know.
Whether you are, why if you are out of mainstream journalism?
But what matters here is that journalists, those in mainstream journalism, should have at the back of your mind objectivity. They should be objective.
Yeah, that should not disappear from even.
Yeah, but most of that, I'm not saying you are in mainstream journalism, you should be wearing a party t-shirt. No. As long as you are in mainstream journalism,
if you are out and you were once upon a time a mainstream journalist and you are out now on national assignment, is it safe to wear paraphernalia of a political party? That's what I'm asking.
Well, here's my opinion.
Yes.
Once a journalist leaves from mainstream practice and you are called to state duly, like you are appointed, you enjoy presidential appointment. I come from the thought, or I'm of the conviction that the president who appointed you saw you as a journalist, as a communicator, and so your first love is journalism, and they've called you to public service.
It's like saying before being a journalist, you are a librarian, right?
Good.
So that means you have to
good. So
pay
here's my
allegiance
point.
to the republic.
Right. Yeah, but here's my point.
Yeah.
When you are serving in public, government entity or called to public service, it's still more than just being a partisan, right? You serve as deputy press secretary to the Salif government. You also serve at LBS Rural Broadcasting, deputy director for rural broadcasting. It still didn't warrant you a card carrier of the Unity Party. For you to take a seat political or represent a political party, you have to declare. That's more than just being in the government of the party. So if I am here or I work for LBS and I decide to represent CDC as it is because I'm appointed by the CDC president, by the president from the political party, the ruling political party, that's two different things. I mean, my point here is, have I reached to a point where I need, in my public service practice, I need to be a partisan, a card carrier, or a barrel wearing partisan? There's a whole different.
We're gonna barrel that. Which color?
There's a whole different view right there. But my point, my real point is, look, we have journalism as our first law. In as much as you may not be an independent journalist or a mainstream journalist because of the role you play, the service you're called to, you still need to know as to whether you need to take on partisanship. You need to be a propagandist compared to a professional communicator.
Okay.
So let me
quickly on that one. Yes.
Let's take the case of Legeho. To take an assignment, Minister of Information, he turns to be a politician.
He is, yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
so
sure.
that's the political position.
That's the point I'm making. Even the job you took, you became a politician then.
Right.
So my point is, did they give me the right? Did they give me the right to wear a party t-shirt and announce publicly that I am, I'm now this person, and in fact you can see it from my head or from my.
Well, at that level, the way people do it is that some people will choose to say, I am a politician, and so I can choose to be a partisan. Some people will say, look, even by the fact that people know that I'm a politician, I don't have to wear party t-shirt. So it will depend on the individual. But the point I'm making, you go that level, you lose your independence.
Yeah. So
I think you risk your public confidence.
Yes, especially when you shall have retired from that public service and you want to make your way back into mainstream and you try to checkmate others.
You denounce your political I mean, I'm back now.
Yeah, but you're not going to check me anybody for doing what you did before.
That's another thing. That's another thing.
I see it differently because
Zakia, let me put it this way.
Okay.
You are in public relations, mainstream journalism, and you have a national assignment. You went there, you served well, you had to promote a political party or a government, and then the government term has expired, the mandate is not renewed, and you're going back into mainstream journalism, but you are telling Josh, now you got a microphone before you, you're telling Josh, why are you promoting one party? When you did it, where does
where you sat when you promoted one party is not where you're sitting now. Joy had the right to correct you when you were there. When you come back to where you are now, you have the right to, because in being in mainstream means you got to see things for the public. You got a public eye.
Okay, maybe Josh, maybe we need to, as advanced media consultancy, need to organize a panel discussion to see whether we can recalibrate from one point to the other and then still be safe among our colleagues when we shall have retired from public service. This is State of the Nation. And Mr. Kia, can you offer your party comments?
Yes, we are calling all our people listening and people who might not have listened to us that the GMC is there for everybody. The GMC is offering the certificate in journalism for high school graduates, those who are into the profession or those who want to make an entry into the profession. We are offering a diploma in journalism for people who are practicing more than 5 years, who may not have had, formal training or had less training, so they can come and get better skills and more qualitative background in the profession. Then we are offering the diploma in PR for people who want to make a specialty in public relations. We are calling on them by January, latest part of January, we'll be opening to our doors to get fully operational.
Okay. Thank you so much. Josh, you want to make a parting comment on this subject matter before we transition?
Exactly. Thanks.
Just hold on. Let me, an other listener of this platform is calling Hartford, who himself is a promoter of a media person and at the same time in the health sector. Since you prepared that sour pepper soup, we can rest. Yeah, please tell us, why are you calling now?
So my question, I got my brother used to call Care.
Hartford Care and Saya Care.
Yeah, I'm Care and he's Care. So
I'm Care.
No, but this man is from River G. You are from. No, this man from Grand Crew.
This man from Grand Crew.
You are from River G.
People. That's how he's folks.
I got a question for all of you in the studio.
Okay.
When you plant a seed and it germinates, you go there and say this is a plum tree. When it grows, you still call it plum tree. When it starts to bear, it's still called plum tree, right?
We're not in BTC. Yes, sir. No, sir. Just go ahead.
Well, not mainstream for me. The man profession goes along with him wherever he goes, because that's why he has studied and that's why he decided to become. So from that time he became a mainstream to the time he got a political appointment. It is that journalism where he was doing that work caused him to appoint him to that Ministry of Information. But had it not been, he was not a journalist, they would have appointed him at the Information Ministry or public PRO for any other thing, like my brother said, the mass communication aspect that has to do with a lot of profession. So this is where I'm coming from. Once a man is a journalist, he did that study, he's also a journalist, whether he was a journalist from the beginning or to the end or wherever position. He is a journalist. Like his profession, that's why he studied. That's why
okay, Mr. Kerr, are you listening?
Yes, you listen. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, let me tell you something. What ought to be and what is. What you are saying is what you think you be. What we are telling you is how it is, what it is. We are speaking as journalists who study the profession, who know how things go. The way you want to see it happen is what you're talking. But what it is what we're telling you.
Yeah, so let's close up on being JMC, the Joe Morva Center of Journalism and Public Relations. Without any disrespect to the subject matter, I mean, journalism is part of communication, mass communication, but mass communication has got it has got several diversity there. We respect that. Public relations is part of that. Public communication, part of that. So what I want to leave with you on the subject matter of the Joe Morva Center for Journalism and Public Relations is you can kindly call any of these numbers as we part ways with the State of the Nation on this subject matter. You can call 0777 435631. That's one of the numbers you can call 0777 435631 or 0777-878497. 0777-878497. 07701 51336 or 077-023-3713. Or you just go opposite the Capitol building entrance, the Capitol building entrance of the University of Liberia on Capitol Hill, and you will see a signboard right there bearing Joe Morva Center of Journalism and Public Relations. And you have the opportunity to do basic journalism, diploma in journalism based on the requirements, the entry requirement, and then public relations, which is a vital discipline that many of you can venture. Public relations ain't all about just talking. It ain't all about just that preaching, talking our PR people can do and think they're all the professional work. What more strategic than we may be experiencing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. And then let's take this musical break. Not musical, but a promo as we come to discuss more on this one. This is it.
The Constitution gives the power to the people to remove existing lawmakers and replace them with a new one where they see it fit. Now, the people's power has been demonstrated by electing their respective representatives to the legislature. These lawmakers are entitled to at least 15 office staff members, both at the capital and their electoral district or county.
The candidates out. I don't know.
A strong lawmaker of depends on a trained, informed, and organized office staff.
Pronounced already, right?
Not pronounced yet, but speculated.
The Advanced Media Consultancy announces a 3-day-long legislative staff training for incoming legislative staff members. The training covers basic legislative office management, research, record taking, website administration, draft communication, and consultancy visit planning. Dear lawmakers, send your incoming staff for the 3-day-long training that will eventually make representation easier with effective office. Try us today and let your constituents tell you thank you later.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country, your country, your country.
It's a 3-day legislative staff training workshop under the auspices of the Advanced Media Consultancy. Congratulations to all 15 senators and 73 representatives elect and serve with dignity and integrity. The re-election in 2029 begins right now. Take advantage. For more information, call 0775-144-278 or 0777-255-38119. President Tubman once said, live with people as if tomorrow were elections. Don't miss this opportunity.
Always say, just be true to what you said on paper.
Okay, let me do this one once again.
The award Snake's not a toy. And hello, this is your president-elect Jose Nyuma. So to every partisan, well, we shall sympathizers of the Unity Party, and to every Liberian out there, it is because of your perseverance, commitment, loyalty, and determination that got us to where we are today. And so we've come to say, thank you, my people. Thank you, my people.
This station rules the nation.
Thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. We really want to thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. Thank you, my people.
We just want to say thank you, Mr. President. Your comment is truly heaven sent. The whole country just want to hug you and bless you. And just be smelling what your color said. It's a brand new day. And thank love and Bill Liberia is the mandate of the day. Thank all of us for choosing Liberia. From the city straight down to the interior. I just want to say thank you, God, for being faithful. Thank you. Records.
Upcoming in 15 minutes. Update on the transitional process in Liberia. Then that will come at 15 minutes after 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, sorry. But for now, up next, forthcoming legislative office staff training.
Thank you so much with all my heart for giving me this wonderful opportunity to serve you as president. Please know that our country will rise again when we work hard together. So I'm asking you to join me on the journey to rebuild and reconcile our country for the common good. Thank you again as we think Liberia, love Liberia, and together build Liberia.
When I look at everybody, I don't see green Liberian, blue Liberian, but one Liberia. From the north, the south, the east, and west, everybody is one. Reconcile our differences, come together and build this land. Oh, a thing Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. Thank you, my people. Thank you. 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 Thank you, my people. We really want to thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. Thank you, my people.
Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution gives the power to the people to remove existing lawmakers and replace them with new ones where they see it fit. Now, the people's power has been demonstrated by electing their respective representative to the legislature. These lawmakers are entitled to at least 15 office staff members, both at the capital and their electoral district or counties. A strong lawmaker, however, depends on a trained, informed, and organized office staff. The Advanced Media Consultancy announces a 3-day-long legislative staff training for incoming legislative staff members. The training covers basic legislative office management, research, record-taking, website administration, draft communication, and consultative visit planning. Dear lawmakers, send your incoming staffers to the 3-day-long training that will eventually make representation easier with effective office. Try us today and let your constituents tell you thank you.
And Not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country, your country, your country.
It's a 3D legislative staff training workshop under the auspices of the Advanced Meeting Consultancy. Congratulations to 15 senators and 73 representatives elect. Go and serve with pride, dignity, and integrity. The re-election in 39 begins right now. Take advantage. For more information, call 0775 144 278 or 0777 2553 President Tugger wants to connect with people. If tomorrow were election, don't miss this opportunity.
I always say this: be true to what you're saying on paper.
Okay. Here is our lead facilitator, Josh Stewart, a professional friend of mine with interface on several platforms. And yes, under the auspices of the Advanced Media Consultancy, the Homo 7 as Chief Executive Officer. I've designated George as the lead consultant, and the both of us have been working since this morning just to bring you efficient legislative offices as the folks get ready to come to the Capitol building to make laws in the interest of the Liberian people. George, good afternoon once again.
Hey, good afternoon, Chris, and let me say good afternoon to folks listening to us in Radio Lane. What is considered as Radio Lane?
Oh, yeah. If you have a building, a forum or workshop, and you don't call George there, I bet you're halfway to the mark. And he's the latest, he's the biggest. This is not flattery. He's the hottest on the block right now, from one point to the other, crisscrossing the four corners of the republic. Sometimes he had to go outside of the Territorial Conference of Liberia to impart knowledge. George,
Chris,
please.
I hope you're not.
Please.
I'm
pleased.
The biggest hat I can wear.
Pleased to be your friend and your associate. Thanks for coming.
I'm humbled.
Man, you've been locked up.
Well, yes. That's the essence of service to people. You know, you don't have to be called by Mr. President in order to begin impacting lives. And I think in our own corners and things, we're doing what God wants us to.
And I'm humbled. I should say here again, as I said, my telephone line yesterday, that I'm humbled to be associated with this big initiative, initiated by the Advanced Media Consultancy, relative to building the capacity and giving foundation to our brothers and sisters who will be working along with the elected, legislators. We were counting like 55 or more, new people coming to fit in into this big responsibility. And it's important, it's fair enough to welcome these people with some orientation that will help them work, help them make the lawmakers quite more efficient. If you were to conduct a public perception survey, significant number of our say, our government is feeling that because of the quality of lawmakers we have. The radio calls, the callers will always talk about the lawmakers are not working. They're only talking about themselves. Can you imagine the executive will propose the budget, but it is the lawmakers who approve. And so we all know that the lawmakers are the ones who make the budget, not the officials. So if they do not have the requisite people working with them, interested in like 12 persons, at least 12 persons will be working with. In the office of the lawmaker. That means the lawmaking office is just more than one person. The lot of background people who are supposed to be making impact into such essential role in our governance. And there is always this assumption that these people usually draw their workers from the constituent or from the stakeholders who supported them into the election. In such a way, one of the lawmakers told me, someone who has said for more than 10, 18 years, that if you don't pick these people who stand with you during the political time, when you are going into the trenches, when you're going into the villages and talking to the people who stand with you, who go with you, who will speak, who will say all this things with you, they usually won't expect you to appoint them immediately or work with them even beyond the election period. If you do otherwise, you are in trouble. So if this is anything by the way to go by, then you get to know that many of the people go up Capitol building with people of no or less capacity as to require the function of the office of the high office. And if you agree with me on this matter, then you also need to support us, whether we want it or financial, whatever way, to ensure that the people who are going along with our brothers and sisters elected into the legislative seats will need some early orientation. They may need some support, ensuring that they work better. Look, I anticipate, Chris, a better legislature. I actually anticipate between the 54th and the 55th legislature, we will have better service, we will have quality representation. There's this cliche, we were just talking about it.
Yeah.
All the lawmakers have talent things, they make laws, the vote side, and what else? Representation, right? Good.
Yeah, representation.
As easy as that is said, if we were to quantify that, if we were to measure that into the performances of the previous we had, the ones filling out, you get to know that significant part of their everyday work is not done. It's not done. Why should I say this? Representation for a part. Representation, your target should be the people you're representing. The people from Nazareth district you're representing. So they should reflect in the life, in the life of a lawmaker. They should reflect your thought. They should be the subject of your advocate. Tell me the life of a certain lawmaker and the life of the constituent he or she represents. Big difference. Can we say this lawmaker is not working? Yes, easy to say. But one of the group of people, or the core group of people that making this lawmaker will not be effective is the staff he has. So at this moment, when we're heading for the 55th legislature, what can we do to sort of support from a beginning, from a starting point, the staff who will come up? If you should have 55 new lawmakers going in, and if you multiply that by at least 12%, then you can imagine the number of new people going in. This is this much because the 12 will be their constituent staff as well. But if we were to look at the 5 essential staff right here with them at Capitol Building, that would be 5 times 55. It would be 9 senators, 9 new senators, and I think 27 or some more, 40 some more representatives, new representatives going in. Now, if these people are just simply drawn as a matter of job selection vetting process, they're drawn from the constituent, it means some of these people coming to the office are quite new. They're only just not new to the office they go into, but they are new even per setting, the social setting. They may be new to Monrovia. This may be their first time living in urban setting like Monrovia. I mean, with no disrespect to them, but if a representative is selected from my home country, home district, I'm all the way from Grand Bassa there, and he or she's supposed to pick
one of the staffers from the village, from my village, that means the person will be as green, perhaps green as I was when I came to Monrovia. You know, it had to take me time to get this somewhat refined. This is reality, you know, it's no disrespect to anybody. This is honest enough. The orientation the people are bringing may not be as required as should be for the seat they're going to occupy right there at the legislature. Because by popular will of the people, they've won. And so they're recruiting, they have the prerogative to recruit their staff and get them overseated with them. So the quality of what they're supposed to do for us, for this nation, would heavily depend on the staff they have. Can you imagine there is a staff person called the office manager, chief of office staff, right? You may say, well, you know, that person, sometimes the people looking at, oh, you know, this guy is eloquent enough, you know, the man can talk. So he's my chief of office staff. But he actually represents the office management. Can he perform an adequate or effective office management, you know, protocol requirement? How do you know, Mr. Lawmaker?
Yeah.
No. What about the other guy who is going to be a researcher? Probably you take, okay, say journalist, probably one of the community radio journalists. A guy is good enough, he can seek information. And then he comes to Capitol Building, he's a research officer of a representative. And that representative leadership is structured, and the representative makes up, or the representative is on the what? Ways and Means, you know? You know? And so here's a whole research officer supposed to be helping in the direction of the extended job of member or chair or co-chair of the Ways and Means Committee. That is the quality of staff this guy of the Capitol Building. Are they going to really deliver efficiently to the job he's called to do? Very slim. So this is where the advanced media consultant is coming from. And so, you know why? Let's organize a forum that will bring 3-day forum that will bring lawmakers, staffers together, especially the leaders. I mean, it will be exciting and formal enough if it's sitting an incumbent or maybe one of the 15 persons who didn't have to go for election, you know, would subject their staffers to such a meeting, because there's absolutely no wasted knowledge. And then they are there making up time, and then there's specialized people, professional people, who are going to come and share their experiences into the proper legislative office management. If you see some of the, like you listen to the jingles, you see some of the courses or some of the topics, you know, for now selected. You get
research.
Yes, right. Research. So it may not be the academic research you may know. You know, what is social research? Take for instance, the guy is going to be doing his how do you call this? His visit, constituent visit, right? As part of that. How does he re-enter? He's been going there, but what if he's caught up? He's gotten used to. Look, here is a situation I'll tell you. I was into the legislative debate of recent. And then we reached to a constituent, and the constituent was particularly concerned about the lawmaker being elected. And then he or she got to get relocated to Monrovia, and that is the end of that constituent. The person doesn't live there with them anymore.
Yeah.
Now, some of them will stay that long, up to 5 years, and then it's going to year 6 when we're supposed to be talking about election, and then they resurface into the community. Do you see the gap between your city life, your legislative function life in Monrovia and other parts of the world when it's vacation time, you're taking the flight and going, culture break, you're taking the farm and the flight and going. You've actually drawn a line between you and the constituent you represent. If you don't have anybody with some social work, community work context, to know how to do community entry and manage community dialogue and all of that. When you run into process of that kind, my friend, your political voice at that time can solve it. Yeah? So this is the reason why this stage Let the advanced media consultancy be your early morning bird. To wake you up while you are getting prepared to get seated. Please come suggest your incoming staffers, just as you are incoming representative to this training, to this orientation. It's going to be very effective. Not only is it going to be effective, the time spent there will never be wasted time. Trust me, the first day of your staff, I'm talking about the representative who's supposed to sponsor you there. When you leave the first day, you will tell your representative and say, look, could that be other things? I mean, I'm telling you something that I know. This is what I do for a living. This issue of capacity development and this innovation of orientating staffers of the incoming lawmakers at the verge of starting full session is something that you wouldn't want to miss.
Okay, so it's going to be a massive one, and yes, the projection that we did today, we're supposed to be playing host to at least 250 plus, almost 300 staffers.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, so imagine, man, and it is a giveaway. 3 days, you will have a training manual that you can make reference to every time you want to make a research in your respective offices. Yes, like we said, it's just beyond lawmaking representation and oversight.
Yeah,
I was just reading while we were in the place there. I was just reading on the template on drafting a legislation.
Right.
The template, man, if you have that knowledge, and your representative, your boss is trying to do a draft law, man, you're going to be an asset to him or to her.
Certainly.
So, yes, we will reach out to several lawmakers, including senators and representatives, and we can't afford to miss this one. Put a burden on us. Just put a burden on us. We will perform like we did the project proposal, which is also coming up. That is after the new government is seated. Of course, the advanced one, this is the man who led the facilitation and is here with us once again. This is State of the Nation, Josh. We've run out of time. Maybe in 2 minutes, we can call it a quit.
Good. So this is a big event coming up for the staffers of the lawmakers, especially the
So,
new
Josh,
ones.
let me just break you there. There's this visually impaired young lady who wants to participate she was asking how much, and as the power vested in me as the CEO now. Sorry about that. I gave her a carte blanche. I told her, say you're free for you to. She wanted to just chip in. So if you're listening, just give a call quickly so that we can let Josh go. Josh has been with us since 9 o'clock this morning, and we have been putting things together. So yeah, while he's doing that, while we are waiting your call, George will be closing our. Let's hear you, George.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say, those of our honorable representatives and senators who will be taking leadership, their own elections will soon come up. And then by speculations, their names coming up, big names, like, I don't know, but they say you're going to confirm that. Big name like the Honorable Musa Belite, some names like Honorable Funati Kofa, big name like the Honorable Richard Cole. Part of what you need to be talking about is what sort of support and sponsorship can you begin offering the staffers of the people that you're wanting to vote, them to vote you in power as speaker, and some of you as deputy speaker, and you name the rest of it. Because you know why? You are going to be as effective as the people, your staffers who back you, You're going to be as effective. So it's important for us to begin discussing how can you sponsor such a big meeting. We're going to be reaching up to the business community. Communication is going to be going up to like the banks. Come to think about it. There are new staffers coming to town that's supposed to be around. The number's supposed to be around 275 to 300. They come to town and they probably need accounts in order to get their pay and everything going. And you banks, you around town here, banks, you got to be knocking those. So I know you want sponsor to such an event. We'll reach out to you. That's just my closing comment. I'm going to be here every now and then to ensure that this event is successful. As Chris,
yeah. So George, so we got a lady on the line finally, a visually impaired Liberian. Then I don't like to call, but this is how she always introduces herself. Yeah, let's hear you, ma'am. What's your name?
Good afternoon, brother. Please. My name is Mamaka Kane.
Mamaka Kane, let's hear you.
Yes, brother. Please. First of all, let me tell our president-elect, Mr. Imabaka, thank you for appointing Brother Noah Zawukesi on the on the team.
Transitional team, yeah.
At least we looking out to better Liberia and at least they coming to our doorstep.
Okay.
And I will also be proud of this. I will also be proud of this.
This training.
This training, I will proud of it, and I will be happy to be with you because as person living with disability, actually first time people used to go into and this coming around, at least we are trying our best to bring ourselves on because disability person know their friend disability issue. Even party pressing, every advocate on behalf of us, but we know our own issue to bring it out. So I will be very happy and thank you for the opportunity that you are given to me.
What's her name again?
Mamaka A. Kane.
Mamaka A. Kane, visually impaired lady who asked me she wants to attend and she was asking for the sitting fee and I said outrightly, yours is a carte blanche, free of charge. You can move in at any time. Let me see whether I can take this call quickly. Hello? Yeah, quickly, let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to say, Uncle George, thank you for that initiative. I'm asking one of you, will it be for legislative staff or who don't have money? Can we be part of it or one of the legislative staff?
Legislative staff, if you're not attached to a legislative office, you pay $30 for sitting for 3 days.
Okay, because anybody can be opportune, sometimes people work in other offices.
Yeah, that one are true. That one are true. I'll take the last one. Hello?
Yes, Chris, so some of us will come there as an observer.
No. We're going to observe. We're talking about imparting knowledge. You got to pay for it. Now, election we're having here before you come here and hear you observer. My friend play go sleep, man. I'm making you observer. You know how much we spend to do this one. Hello? Yeah? Yeah, let's hear you.
If you don't learn it all with you, say you lead on people for your get them moral, you need trouble. So what are you saying?
All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let me take the next caller. Hello? Last caller. Hello? Yeah? Let's hear you. Dube now, Dube? I'm at way, man. I don't know why you will be treating me like this. You know what happened? I don't want to call you a coward. Coward dies many times before they are deaf. You always say I get information to give to you. When I say call, that I'm the one putting my neck on the bone. I'm not calling your name, but hey, Dube now, Dube.
I just want to weigh in on our visually impaired lady.
Yeah.
I want to know because if she will sit there for the lecture, she will I don't know how to read. Otherwise you can read. I don't know why you can read it.
Okay, so yeah, leave that one with us. Yeah. The thing why you're supposed to worry about, you're not worried about it, eh? You want crap for it. I see you. I see you, man. That is left of us. Why if we decide to transform the training manual into bills and give it to her afterwards? That one, I know your business. Yeah, Josh. 1
Yeah,
minute.
so I think this whole legislative staff training is it's a specialized intervention. So it may not be for everybody. Let's face it, it's good for you to offer training that will be relevant to people. There are Evelyn, I mean not Evelyn, Madeline going to come up with some of these different trainings we usually can do. Probably between now to end of year, some of the things that you will need to sharpen your capacity. Because it's one thing for you to say job, job, job. It's another thing to know whether you have the capacity that demands delivery, quality delivery. So she's going to be coming up with some of these things, and we can spend some time with you and see how you can sharpen your skill for 2024 once we have the time. But as it is, legislative training, yes, there could be some observers per the executive clemency. There will always be executive clemency once the
observer.
But the lawmakers should have their day, especially to help their staffers be better. Is something I think we just should be able to give the requisite attention to and keep the focus. Other training programs going to be coming up. Like I'm seriously considering us doing something relative to institutional management, especially NGO management. Yeah, there's several one of them. When you go to the business registry and the NGO accreditation, the number is huge, but these institutions are not sustaining, they are not surviving. One of the reasons could be management classes. Yeah.
Okay.
Classes. We could be looking into that. We'll do the proposal again, proposal training. We'll do that again probably next year and add, monitoring and evaluation to it. Proposal would not just be for existing NGO, but probably churches and all of that could do. And that we're going to give limited time. Probably we'll do a one-shot deal with 5 to 7 weekdays, to see how people can step up their efficiency. So we're going to be doing these interventions in partnership with Advanced Media Consultancy. Yeah.
Okay. That, thank you, George. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Man, I took all your days today.
It's okay.
I hope you had a wonderful lunch.
Yeah, I did, man. You give me some real Liberian dish that, I'm in fact running to the gym now because, I'm heavy right now.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. So that's George. And let's take this musical break. Kia was here earlier on with George talking about media segment. And let's take a break. We'll come back strictly transitional update.
Yeah, boy. This name is not a toy. Hello. This is a president-elect Joseph Nyomabuaka. So to every partisan, well, we shall sympathizers of the Unity Party, and to every Nigerian out there, it is because of your perseverance, commitment, loyalty, and determination that got us to where we are today. And so we've come to say, thank you, my people. Thank you. Thank you, my people. Thank you. Thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. We really want to thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. Thank you, my people.
The chair on the government side of the transitional team is out of the country. I'm talking about President George Manawia is out, is headed for Dubai for the climate change conference, which is expected to last up to the 14th of December. I don't know whether he's going to stay up to the 14th, but I know he's off to Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Is it Dubai or UAE? One of them. You found out you guys see him, man. So I'm going to name again the transitional team of both sides. The minister, they include Minister of Foreign Affairs of the government, that is, Minister of Finance and Development Planning, the Minister of Justice, the Minister of National Defense, and the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Others include the Minister of Internal Affairs. I mistakenly left this one out yesterday. The Minister of Internal Affairs, Vani Salif, the man from Swameka District, is on that team. Minister of Mines and Energy, Minister of Health, Governor of Central Bank, Economic Advisor to the President, Legal Advisor to the President, National Food Authority, National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, Liberia Maritime Authority, Liberia Revenue Authority, Director General of the General Services Agency, Liberia Electricity Corporation, and 3 other members of those are the people representing the government side of the transitional team. And to the incoming government side, let me see what I can read it. Oh. Okay, so I think I got it here. They include Lucine Kamara, former Finance Minister Luis Boto, Councillor Cooper Kura, former Mines Telecom Ministers, former Minister of Telecom, Mandela Cooper, Dr. Yure Yakpawolo, educator, Samuel Kofi Wu's Human Rights, Dr. Augustine Kone, a diplomat, Brahma Kamara, former Finance Minister, Reverend Luther Tape, Chairman of the United Party, and an educator, the owner of the Best Brain University, International University, Daba Vapla, Senator-elect Edward Appiton, third placer, first round election, John Morlow Jr., one-time Auditor General Sam Gay, last EPS boss under Ellen Johnson, Mr. Sir Johnny, Noah Zhao Gibson, yes, Sarah Beslow Yanti, a diplomat, a former candidate, presidential candidate, Amara Connor, former finance minister, and Senator-elect of Bapalo County, Bemi Harris Colley, Wilmon Pay, and Jacob Smith. So, no wonder why the president included this one. The president said why he's away. The Minister of Foreign Affairs. The Minister of Foreign Affairs will act in his stead. Mr. President, we started this journey from 2018, January 22nd. I know you're not listening, but some people will tell you. There are some trips, Mr. President, you just let it go. Especially when you are needed to provide leadership. I know some of these international conferences. I know conferences like this. You stay home, you get the respect, the presidential respect. Yeah, I attended the spring meeting of the World Bank and I had one meeting in 2012. That is not a place they can say, you know who I am. That is not a place they will say, you know who I am. Especially in this kind of a period of our national history. I don't know how true it is. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, who's supposed to be acting the president's chair, is also off for Paris. I don't know. This cannot be independently confirmed, but it can be independently confirmed that the president has left the country. So when we say these things, no wonder why these people work in the same program with the chief executive. Were you not listening when I said, call on the president not to allow the minister to go? Not the president say, look at how I'm talking. Masaka gave it people. Eh? Especially when you're concluding your mandate. Why VP Joel wouldn't have to attend? Yeah, man. Last year in Glasgow, you addressed the forum. You're addressing a forum, you're shaking Egypt. Yeah, man, what's up with this one here, Chief? I bet you, those of you who are at the airport, when you receive the health minister when she comes, ask her, what did Liberia benefit from this trip? Nothing. Obviously, you have to go because of the daily subsistence allowance, the DSA. I remember I got my first trip was in Kaduna, Nigeria, when President Salim was being honored. My DSA I received. I got tempted. I bought padlock in Kaduna. Padlock. You know the trouser. You know the kind of trouser where you can overlap it, right? So I put it like really Mercedes. I put it like, imagine just taking office like today, and then in 2 days time, the chief executive said, "You got to travel with me. I've been hearing your name. Let's go." So many people were not tend to leave the DSA. Some people even receive the DSA and change their direction. I remember one corruption fighter received money to go to Southeast, but change on the other side. That DSA thing, but on a serious note, Mr. President, I thought you should not have made the trip. One of these senior government officials, especially the vice president, should have made it. This conference, it is not. Let me tell you about. America has not signed the Kyoto Agreement. It is all about greenhouse immersion. That is, let's reduce the immersion. The factories in all the places. When you go to Beijing, when the sun is hot, you see the cloud is, or the air is cloudy. It's frozen. West of all is in North Korea, or the Democratic Republic of North Korea. So, group of countries went to Kyoto, Japan, to sign on. America said no, they will not sign because it was already. And if America had signed, some of those factories in the US would have closed down because they are helping to inject into the atmosphere poisonous gas like smoke. Let me just put it this way, which is affecting. Last time we got talking, why is it raining heavily in November? Climate change. Yes, Mike Dunn and I were talking yesterday when he came here. Mike Dunn of the public radio. Climate change is real, but it's very slow. So, in my opinion, the president should not have traveled, stay right here, provide leadership to some of these disenchanted government officials who thought they should not have, and conceded, and the color speech for everybody. The color speech for everybody. For us, we've been cut off for 6 years, and we live. Kept our head above the water. Temptation came. And figuratively speaking, to bow down to the golden image. But I see myself as one of those standing inside the shadow of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Not necessarily the presidency, but the bowing down the golden image. Yes. Handsome offers were given, rewards were given. But we decided, and it's all about your upbringing. My mother always tells me, life is not all about money. Yes, I feel relief now. You know, I feel relief. So one time, the person now, that was almost 6 months ago, he called me, said, "You know, your mom used to sing for me." I said, "Oh." So yeah, your mom was a very good singer. He even offered to call my farm to drink palm for the drink palm one together, and I will stick to that offer. I told him yes, I will invite you to the farm, and we just laugh about it. Yes, oh, it's not about money, man. Your character. Yeah. So after we rejected those Hemsong offer, Deborah Plackey and Emel Hammer went downtown whatsoever, Morovia or Kakata, and bought us a Hemsong garment to honor us at the temptation came, but we stood tall. Yeah, so Minister of Internal Affairs, as a matter of fact, the Minister of Internal Affairs I spoke last night for the first time in 6 years. He called me down and we exchanged pleasantries. And I'm sorry that I didn't read out your name on team yesterday. It was not intentional. Yes, but one thing he said, and he's very courageous, unlike others. He said, "said nephew, you're because." I said, "Oh, who?" Say, nephew, the fight is over. You're weak. Eh? You know he's my nephew now. Eh? I got relationship in Medina. Medina, the Salif people, even though I don't spend my own as Salif, there's a reason for that. Was to save my life during the war. He said, yeah. But he is a child of a Salif. So he's my nephew. This man, even this Carrasco mayor, is my nephew. And he made me to know that on the very day Mamadi Jaketi died. He said, you don't know you my nephew, my uncle? You related to my mom. Hey, but those things disappear immediately when election commission announced 14 out of 15 counties. Yeah, so Mr. Khalid Salif, good afternoon to you. Man from Swamaka District. You kept your balance throughout the 6 years as Minister of Internal Affairs. But guess what? I thought you would have condemned the Omer. The Omer who, under your watch as Minister of Internal Affairs, Chief Zanzibar Kawa, Chairman of the National Traditional Council of Liberia, delivered the national oration at the Setuna Pavilion on Ashmore Street on July 26, 2020. I read it from Daily Observer. This was the first time a traditional chief who's supposed to play the twin mother role took side in a bitterly fought election that divided people. How can this man serve as a unifier? This is what he said. Quoted by the Daily Observer. The people who are in the opposition should think about development in other areas or for the people. But the only thing they want is to fight their leader, which is not in our tradition as a people. The old man is dividing the people, and he thinks he's. So, in my opinion, this thing should not have gone unnoticed by the Minister of Internal Affairs. Yeah, man. So this is an embarrassment. It's on hand now. It's at hand. This is an embarrassment. We should learn how to play the twin mother role. And I hope Chief Zanzibar Kawad is going to, and those of you who were hurt by his position in the political race, I apologize on his behalf, and I ask that you forgive him. I ask that you forgive him with a proviso that he should organize and conduct election. He came into this power based on election. I was here in Banga. I was there when the former Minister of Internal Affairs, Maurice Dukley, remanded this leadership. Then he was completing another man's tenure in the cabinet room, foreign ministry, that he needed to organize an election. Let's forgive him. To err is human, to forgive is divine. But with a precondition that he must conduct election. Let's retire him honorably. He's not a first in his position. Tamatela was in his position. Tamatela didn't take side politically. Chief Jalalo was in his position. He didn't take side like the way our old man took side. But as I said, let's forgive and forget. Not forget. Let me say. Let me just read you a text message that a listener sent me. Let me read a text message that a listener sent me. Very long. Oh. My goodness. If I don't find it, I will do it tomorrow. I can see it. I can see it. But this is where we are. We all have to. The person was telling me to say, please let it put your mouth, leave me so I can say the truth and then reconcile. But don't forget. Yeah, we'll not forget. So I'm sorry again to those of you. You see, all of you who heard Sonic Adiabo on his frequency yesterday, right? Announcing that he will be here today. We've waited repeatedly, and he has not come. So he has lost because we have 16 minutes up to sign off time. At 5 o'clock, we'll be joining Musa Belede. He wants to break silence on the upcoming speaker position, which is being contested, and we'll bring it to you live via video link. So before Magdalene just returned, before I can get to Magdalene, let me just say I've done this. Let me just say this one. I beg you, please, or I'll keep it rather close. It's a public survey announcement. So that is the update. I will not be here tomorrow. Tomorrow is national holiday, and tomorrow is national holiday, and Magdalene will be here to take you through. Tomorrow is a resting day for me. Tomorrow is whose birthday? Totman's birthday. Totman was grappling with widespread criticism that he did nothing in 27 years of rule, but this is what he said.
All of the colonials had state houses built, public departments. We didn't have a solitary one. When I became president, I was determined to build public buildings, and I built the executive mansion at a cost of $9 million. I built those other buildings in the house. Now that we have public buildings, they say we spend too much money for public buildings. How you gonna we have all that? And I told them in one of my messages, that flood of criticism that came particularly from the United States, I told them that we tried to borrow money to build public buildings. They said, no, they don't give loans to public buildings. All right, we built our own public buildings.
That is William Vakanora Shadrach Totman, 18th President of the Republic of Liberia. And the last stopping point, Maggie, welcome back.
Thank you.
So the last stopping point is the Liberia National Police has charged and sent to court with murder Lawrence K. Williams, who, according to the police, intentionally planned and drove his vehicle, switched off the headlights, opened the passenger doors, and ran into a jubilant crowd of Unity Party people celebrating the victory of their presidential candidate. Police said, you might have listened to the news, police said they have sufficient evidence to prove that Mr. Williams has been a militant in the CDC for nearly 2 years now, and he collected money to do what he did. It was not an accident. I didn't know that some people, Liberians were still bad. Yeah, man. Me, even man, I got up to 120 chickens on my farm. If I want to eat, when they ready to slaughter here, I tell them to carry a different side. I don't want to see it. People stay brave. This human life. And I want to say thank you to the police. This time around, I don't want to say you didn't compromise, but this time around, yes. But you yourself, you became bold in this one, unlike others. That the man took money allegedly. And what he did, he planned it. You're 3 people wounded, injuries, 17. Some of the people who survived might likely be amputated. And the police said he might have been acting on somebody's order, but they asked him repeatedly, and he said he couldn't unveil the person whose behalf he was acting. Sorry. Man, I give her on this country, man. I give her on this country. Your generation, those of you who are between 18 and 35, 18 and 30, let me put it that way, 18 and 30, man, your generation, we should pray. We all will pray for you people. The young man, I'm seeing him here right now. This is the man who's supposed to be taking money or demanding money to go for studies. As his benefit for being a militant for a ruling party for 2 years. Why if this man said you're giving money, I won't go to school? I don't know his level. You know, people are our reconciliation time, our reconciliation time. You know what's happening to the parents of those who pass away? So why you want us to reconcile? We should not talk the truth. He hit the people. He made an arrangement with the motorcyclist. He hit the people, came down Broad and Randall Street, and the motorbike backed the car, consciously jumped from it, and the motorbike came close to the car and picked it up. I mean, it was plain. According to the charge sheet, man, 07751444278. Saying it is pre-judici. I just want to tell you that the police has charged this man. Let me take this call up. Ebe Plaki, how are you?
Good afternoon, Chris.
Yes, how are you?
Well, thank you. I'd just like to add to what you were talking about with respect to the leadership of our country. You see, but before I even get there, the way in which the speed in which the Liberian National Police conducted an investigation and forwarded in the Lawrence to court, if they had done that with the 3 missing boys, if they had done that with the 4 auditors, if they had done that with the children that were raped to death, we're not being to where we are today. You know, I don't know what the level, which just in the spirit of police, this guy was chastised, murder. And you said something that a lot of people are not taking into consideration, Chris. This guy did not work in affirmation. Somebody say this guy.
No, let me say no. No. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And from the initial stage, we knew that there was a domestic act of terrorism. This thing was fair and it was well executed. If you listen to the guy, all of his statements are contradicting. He wants police implicated the senator, he let all kinds of Johnny say, hey, he implicated all of people. When those people were called, they said something different. So look, Liberia is in a deep trouble, but we can't give up Liberia. See what is happening in our country, and I was laughing when we were talking about the things of health, traveling, and this time along with the president. Nothing else. It is to complete the budgetary allocation
And you know, how soon is the DSA? But we carry you. So you're not forgiven, but don't forget. Oh, okay, all right, okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you want me to play? You want me to play that for you? You're speaking authoritatively. Yeah, man. I beg you, man. I beg you. Chief, it's okay now. It's okay. It's okay now. It's okay, Chief. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me take this caller. Hello? Yeah? Chief, quickly. Let's hear you quickly. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me take this call up. Hello. 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 Yep. Let's hear you. Mohammed, quickly make your point. And that I'm not cutting you off, Mohammed. And that is the question Abirans are asking. How come the police have become so effective in this particular case at this moment? How come? No, not my question. The people question.
Okay, so when you because what was the same police at the time? Whatever were killed in the car. It even came when it same time even up to 1 year plus before of 4 now the report can come out. See me? But seeing this type of report coming out within just a week, some days, you will know that because most of them see that they will not go or they will know that. But they say every long road is wicked. Okay? So it is of sound clear of one to them. The director coming all the way down. They would definitely get replayed by different people there over there.
Okay. Thank you very much. I own the president, but me, I don't understand why the president can listen to some of us who he at least if you think people are insignificant. So now you get late. What Commerce Minister doing on this delegation for climate change? What Maritime doing there? You not get hey, my people. Yes. Let me take the last one. Now go to Marjorie. Hello. Yes. You got 1 minute. You got 1 minute, Chief. Leave all the pleasantry and just go straight to the point.
Yeah, but I have to give you, Chief. Thank you. This is the voice of the country people. And let me say, after me and for your many listeners. Look, for what some of us saw in the past, and we told people that were president or ambassador I can't be elected for going to change. You know, sometimes people are seeing a shadow and they're trying to run away from it. And nobody will run away from their own shadow. Because some of these guys were in this country, a lot of things were happening to the brave people. They acted that they don't really have any way, any means of investigating. But however the case is, as we said, 2024 is a new year, it's a new period. And we all need to see better things. And that is why God has given us these better things that we all were wishing for. And to other people who think that only thing will not be done and it's a wasteful thing, because I listen to a lot of guys moving from one radio to another radio, from one corridor to another corridor, telling people that they want to order you should start from 1847. Who told you when you're in a leadership, they need to get on auditing process. Now when somebody coming on to get on auditing process, then you want to come and install them. Nobody will be installed them by you here, and then the brave people that will install in Pastor Podcast to do what they want to do.
Okay.
What they want to do. So if not doing that, if Pastor Podcast is going to hear the people, and auditing will be done fruitfully, and everyone will have a taste of it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We can take calls anymore. Thanks to all of you who participated in this edition. We should have had Sonika Diabo and Tata. I don't know why they didn't turn up, but this is what I have this public service done before I go to Magdalene. I've done all the due diligence. I've checked all the documents. I've checked in and out. Now I can make this announcement. A friend of mine has up to a little over 200 acres of land in the wet plain area, and they've been looking for land to buy for residential purpose. Please contact me. I will forward you to the administrator so you can buy yourself, especially those of you coming in government now. You have to buy. When you buy, you should declare it. You should declare it. I'm not taking calls now. You should declare it. So just call me after maybe 30 minutes after the show. If you are interested, man, you got a home for yourself. A very nice, very close to in the same vicinity was the headquarters of the NSA in White Plains, Muscarado County. That I can vouch for it now. That I know, yeah, it is true. And I had to delay because I wanted to do my due diligence to announce it to you. We are awaiting signal from the Ability Development Foundation, and by the time we get signal, we will link. As a matter of fact, we're signing off now. The next team will come in and take us. Yeah, Madeline? Maggie?
Yeah, it's good to be back. You know, we basically running after stuff. So yeah, it's good to be back. Thanks to you and Josh Stewart for marketing, wonderful marketing that was done this afternoon.
You were listening?
Yes, I was listening. Yeah. So thank you so much.
So you'll be here tomorrow, same time?
Yes, I'll be here tomorrow.
Thanks for coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow, sorry, I have to take a rest, and but I'll be tuning in. And
you'll be on the farm.
No, I'm not
rest,
going on the farm
I don't
tomorrow.
understand.
I'm not going to farm. I just want to rest tomorrow.
Okay.
I try to do some cleaning up ahead of the inauguration.
You taking the inauguration too personal?
It's not personal. It's a new dawn. You know what it means to bring the flag down and put it back on? Bring it down, wrap it up. Give it to one person, then another person put it again and put it off.
And the only one you can't wait to see. Anyway, they should just anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I hope Moali, it must they will not misspell your name because you will not attend if they make any mistake.
What do you?
And you said if they misspell your name, you will not attend?
No, well, they're not the one that the chief of protocol of the Republic of Liberia.
Well, so whoever, I just want to.
I'm already feeling buying my cloth to do my sewing, but I'm not carrying it to the man who sold the tailor of D-Mass Kimaya. No, I'm not carrying. My uncle, the inaugural suit, and that's one thing. The tailor said, I know the tailor went by and said, Chief, I'm sorry, I lied to you.
That's he had dream and the tailor. Master Kimiya's tailor was taking his measurement. I check yellow.
Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Those of you
so
will be here tomorrow, and then I will join you Thursday, same time. Bye-bye.
All right.
Let freedom ring, and when this happens, when we allow freedom ring,
you watch it?
When we let it ring from every city and every hamlet, we will be able to speed up that day when all the children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow.
That boy is bad.
Apprehensive. No more we destroy this nation. No more we hurt our feelings. No more we spoil education. No more we lost my brother. I cry, you cry, we cry. I cry, you cry, we cry. For so many years long. I remember during the Civil War, when things were tough, not a sleep at night. Tried to escape the war, no turning place. Running around the street, find a place to go. But some couldn't make it, no food, no comfort, unforgettable life. I couldn't stop the war cause I'm powerless. I shed tears for the pain and sorrows. All our dreams and good life we never touched. About coming back home, we went as far. I destroyed our nation properties. War made us a death. As long here, you cry, we found a solution. The bone fell, body no flesh to cover it. We killed the